Hey guys, Bilal here, and for those of you who are new here, be sure to subscribe for more stuff like this. And for those of you who are like, "What is this?" We're basically trying out a new commentary kind of style of video where we're talking more about kind of the meta of the games industry because there's a few things that like I feel like are important to address there, and that we kind of want to touch up on. But basically, here what I wanted to talk about today was kind of just this whole thing about NFTs because it's kind of a big thing right now, and it has like there's a few like opinions around it that are very like, um, you know what I mean, like headstrong opinions, people speaking with conviction. Um, so I guess like for me, like I wanted to start with kind of just some of these bigger things that are happening. Obviously, what I have in front of me here is kind of this quote about gamers don't get NFTs, which I mean that statement in and of itself is it, a little bit much, but I guess like basically Ubisoft is launching, trying to launch this NFT kind of system initiative. I don't know however you want to refer to it as, but um, I thought it was funny that they mentioned accustomed to Ubisoft being accustomed to immediately negative responses, and well, I don't want to give a weighted opinion here, but um, yeah, I don't know if you guys remember. There's a few things that were a bit silly. I remember way back. I don't know how long ago this was, but the mention of 30 FPS being more cinematic, kind of stuff like that. So I mean, something. Obviously, there's some silly stuff in here, but it's all unique. So of course there is that immediately negative response that happens, and I mean, there's a big concern. There's a lot of things to be concerned about with NFTs. I think the honestly, I think the biggest one might be like nobody even knows what it is. Um, and I'm not gonna do an explanation here, but obviously like NFT non-fungible token, and when they say non-fungible, that basically just means actually I have an article in front of me here somewhere that just means like it's basically unique, like you can't copy it. And for those of you who are saying like, oh well, you can just download it, or I can just copy the image and put it somewhere else, and it's like, yeah, you could, but I think the thing that separates it from that is essentially that token aspect of it, where it's a unique thing on the blockchain. It's the same thing as I thought they had an interesting comparison here with Prince. They mentioned like what is it? Something about only one person can have the original Monet, but anybody can have a Monet print, and obviously the original is worth a lot. Um, so it's kind of similar with NFTs. Again, I don't want people to think I just think these are the exact same thing and they should be treated the same, because that's not the case. For me personally, I'd never touch one. I think there's way too much speculation around the whole thing, and I mean, not to mention crypto being volatile. But anyways, I want to get back to the point here, which is kind of like, um, just I think like the immediate kind of doubling down. I know that there was a video that they made that reportedly, according to Polygon, this is alleged. Um, they talked about this digits concept, which I think is basically their name for their NFTs. Immediately, every like lots of dislikes, and it just got unlisted super early. People are continuing to be like, no, we don't want this, and that's pretty common. I mean, I think it even happened. I think this is more of an extreme, not in a bad way. I don't want to. I'm not giving my opinion here, but I think it was more of a like extreme reaction than in the past with like when microtransactions and free to play became huge. I think it's similar, but anyways, I'm not gonna speak on the justification of either one. Like I said, I want to just talk about what's happening. And yeah, I think that that's the thing, is just with financial things, like gamers have definitely been burned in the past. I think gamers are probably tired of three things, which is whatever you call this, as well as like unfinished games being released, and just often like being taken for a fool. I think like these are just things that we're very much tired of, and just gamers in general, just the idea of like being taken advantage of, kind of being told you're dumb. So I mean, I don't want to harp on this too long, but I just kind of wanted to mention, like, so yeah, Ubisoft is doing this thing. They claim it's basically their non-fungible tokens as digits, and they're doing it, and a lot of people don't like it. So there's that. But I think it's interesting because a lot of other people had very different reactions to this, of like just all over the spectrum. Like some companies were like, "Oh, okay, never mind. We don't want to do NFTs. We'll change our mind." And I think that was Team17's response, basically. How Ubisoft's like has allegedly employees that are saying like, uh, these are probably not good. I know that there was an initiative to kind of give allegedly some employees like gifting them some of the NFTs that Kotaku is allegedly calling scammy. So I use allegedly a lot here. I'm sure you can understand why. But basically, it's not too important. I mean, it sounds like they're just ending this NFT thing. Team17 themselves are reporting it, that they're ending this initiative. Says we've listened to our Teamsters. I guess that's their fan base. Thought that was an interesting name for it. The Verge says another gaming company just gave up on it in reference to that. It's kind of interesting because like you can see like Ubisoft took down their video immediately. Team17 fully gave up on it immediately. So I think there's kind of like more of a like air of listening to these outbursts of we don't like these. The thing that I thought was interesting here was like, again, I don't want to give my opinion here because on this first statement, I don't have an opinion on non-fungible tokens as a whole as to whether they're a scam. I think that for me, I will probably never use them unless I'm shown some reason that it's good for a portfolio, right? And again, none of this is financial advice. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but anyways, my point is like I thought this was interesting that itch.io just full on made a tweet. Honestly, in my opinion, I kind of thought it was a little bit of an immature way of phrasing it. There, like especially with the peace sign, it kind of read like an intern wrote this. No offense, itch.io, but anyways, I thought that was weird. But yeah, they say if you think they're legitimately useful for anything other than the exploitation of creators, scams, and destruction of the planet, then we ask that you please. They wrote a typo here, that you please reevaluate your life choices. So, and here's further kind of why I was like, this is kind of a weird way to phrase this, where they also like said, fuck any company that says they're supporting creators. And it's like, I think this certainly exists. There are companies that are saying like they support creators and, oh, I love NFTs for the art, and obviously it's not about that. Again, I'm not making a claim about any company that is doing that. I'm just saying like that does exist, and I think they have a point. I think that it's just that it looks like it's written by an intern to me, so I think maybe there's something to change there. No offense, guys, but and yeah, you have Rock Paper Shotgun was reporting on just itch.io claim making this claim. The Verge is here too, so it's kind of interesting to see like a platform that's like. I don't know if you don't know what itch.io is. It's basically a platform where you can host indie games. So to me, it just seemed a little interesting that like some people are like, oh, these are whatever, and some people are fully removing them, and itch.io is full on saying like these are a scam. And obviously you have to form that opinion on your own volition there. Last thing I kind of wanted to talk about was how Steam was. I think this was last year or 2 years ago. I forget exactly, but they fully like banned games. Yeah, so I mean, it sounds like he's saying they're sketchy. I remember seeing something allegedly about like yeah, here it is. There's a quote of not people you are really wanting to do business with, essentially. Um, so, and I get that. I think that like we definitely have seen a lot of like crypto and NFT things that are just like it's like, oh, it's about the art, it's so funny, I love them, it's great, and then like tons of people invest in like this crypto or this NFT or whatever, and then the people disappear. And obviously really shitty, horrible people. So I think it makes sense, and it's not surprising to see Steam kind of take the what's the word for it, kind of like the safe route here and be like, yeah, we're just not going to do this right now. So it's interesting, and it's definitely something to like keep an eye on. Is like, where is this going to go, and what do people think about it? And you know, for me, like I don't know about NFTs, but if you're familiar with Shungite, when they release NFTs, which are non-shungable tokens, hopefully Doctor Disrespect can bring those out, and I'll be super interested in those. Uh, so I'm waiting for the non-shungable token. Anyways, that's satire. I'm not actually waiting for a non-shungable token. It's not a thing. Anyways, that's it. Just kind of wanted to talk about that for a little bit. Sorry, I'm just like scrolling randomly here, but it's just a habit of mine while I talk. But um, yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you thought this was interesting, like the format and just the content. Like, leave a comment. Let me know. Leave a like and hit subscribe. We're trying to do like kind of some more of this commentary style stuff and just talking about what's going on. So and I kind of want to in the future expand this into like more of talking just about like what's going on in the gaming industry and how more so how it affects people specifically, like people who would come and view YouTube videos and looking for advice and that kind of thing. So just let me know. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. So see ya.